Yeah, I think what it is, they started like with the nuclear bombs. They showed these blasts back in the 1950s. Back then, we couldn't stop. We didn't have a tape. We couldn't analyze it. And people didn't think the government would lie to them, so they just believed it. And then the government, perpetuated this lie with NASA and all the whole space program. And then all of a sudden, technology gets to where it is today, and we can look back and see that it was a fake, like the moon landings. Like you illustrate this. There's so many laughable pieces of evidence to demonstrate that the moon landings didn't happen. And now it's like they have to continue with it, right? Because they can't just say, hey, it was all fake, we just wanted to fool you. So they keep perpetuating it. And I don't know if you've seen, like, I'm sure you have, the SpaceX footage of the rockets that go up and they come down and all that stuff in the car, the Tesla that goes into space. I mean, to me, it looks fake. I mean, I'm sure Eddie Bravo talks about it all the time. It just looks so fake to him. And he has all the battles with Joe Rogan and everybody, really. People really get on Eddie Bravo a lot, but he brings a lot of good points to the table, and he's very entertaining. But where do you see this going with NASA? Are they going to continue to perpetuate this? Because, like, one of the things that you said, there's a couple of things that you said really about NASA. One is that we have this supposed atmosphere, and then we just magically pop out into the vacuum of space. Like, that can't exist in nature. We can't have an atmosphere right next to a vacuum. And the other thing is, like, when rockets do go out into space and they're in the vacuum, what are they pushing off to go anywhere? They would just be like, just spinning out of control endlessly. They wouldn't be able to go anywhere. So, I mean, there's a couple of very logical inconsistencies there with NASA. And where do you see that going? Because it just seems so fake. How do people, like, still look at this and say it's real?
Right. Even Elon Musk himself, when the Tesla car was up in space during the press conference, he said, "It's just so preposterous. It looks so fake. It's real, because if it was fake, we would have made it look much better." It's a really funny quote, but it's like, if you're a liar backed into a corner with people telling you how fake your little CGI car in space looks, what else are you going to say? Yeah, well, it looks so fake, it's real, because if it was a fake, we would have made it look a lot better than that. Which is pretty much what they say about the terrible lunar lander that you can go back and look at now from the 60s and 70s, the 6 moon landings. The lunar landers are just laughable. It looks like they're made with cardboard, construction paper, tin foil, and tape. I mean, you can see where there's tape all over the outside of it and stuff. It really looks like a grade school project, art school project or something. Doesn't look like anything that would even survive a trip off a mountain or something, let alone going to the moon and back. It's really laughable. But again, the internet, they didn't think when they were making these things that people would have the internet to go back and study all of these things in detail and communicate and be able to expose them like on the scale that we are today. When they did the original moon landing hoax, they forced the news channels, NASA did, to play a recording of a recording that they sent out to everybody. And so the only thing that's why it was like this like ghostly black and white image. It looked weird. It didn't look like any other recording that you see, but it worked perfectly for them, because they're on the moon, and something that looks so alien was perfect. Which is another thing, which is I think why they don't really want to or have to go back to the moon now with the camera quality that they have today, because it would be so much more difficult to fake it. That Artemis thing they sent to the moon, why didn't they land it? Why not? They flew by and gave some more awful CGI. I did a video on that instantly got banned from YouTube. But anyway, to answer your question, so why are they continuing to do all of this terrible CGI? So now, what's next? Now they're going to go to Mars and everything. Well, there's something called Project Bluebeam. Have you ever heard of that?
It sounds familiar, but no.
So there's like, guess it was a NSA, maybe declassified document that came out called Project Bluebeam, talking about these protocols for how they would bring in a one world government, doing so through projected lights in the sky and making people believe that there is an outside alien threat or alien friendship coming to save or take over the Earth. And like the movie Independence Day, we all have to gather together to fend off the alien threat. Or if they go with the friendship scenario, we all have to gather together to befriend the aliens and do whatever they say. So if this declassified document is true, what it's saying is that the government has technology, the likes of which that they can put holographic displays in the sky so convincing that we would think that we're under an alien invasion. And they also have, forget the word, what they call it, but it's a type of sound technology that goes directly into your brain. It's like shot into you. But if somebody was standing somewhere near you, but it wasn't shot to them, they wouldn't hear it. So it's not traditional hearing. So this like voice to brain technology or something. By using this in the Project Bluebeam report, they say that alongside the holographic displays of either aliens or they could be like Jesus or some religious figures in the sky, there would be messages beamed directly into people's brains saying like, I'm an alien, or I'm Jesus, or I'm God, or something, do this or that. So I mean, this sounds completely crazy to somebody that has never heard of this, but it's out there. And if you're hearing me say this now, and something like this happens, it could be it could really save people from being further deluded. So basically, we're talking about how over 500 years or whatever, people have been completely deluded into believing we're on like this spinning ball careening through space, and we were created through a big bang that has no spiritual or immaterial element to it. Consciousness, life, the beauty and diversity of nature all exploded into existence, and then we evolved from monkeys and all this crap. We already believe all that. The next step is this alien step and the world government step, where everyone believes that we can go off planet to Mars. That's the next thing. We're going to go to Mars. And so it's just the continuation of this ridiculous propaganda scheme that everyone is under. And the next steps now is basically just solidifying it to the point that we have a one world government, and whatever they claim the aliens do and say is going to be what people go along with. So I think that, and again, this is a theory, this is speculation. You're asking, what do I think the future is for NASA, or a prediction, or why are they even continuing it? The real answer would be, I don't know. Obviously, I have no idea why they're doing this. Money? They're making a heck of a lot of money by doing it. But I also wanted to say what I just said, because that's a possibility. And if that happens, and people aren't talking about it, and nobody knows that that is something that is out there, imagine how much more deluded we would be if an Independence Day-like scenario happened and everybody believed that there was an alien invasion and the world government, UN or whatever, the UN coming to save us is the only thing that would help. But in reality, it was the UN and the forces behind it that created this false flag event to get more power and control.
Someone else is only you. show things I would, but they don't. I'm still. I heard you're passing in my mind. I wish you were the one I cried. Don't feel safe, I'm not. You're gonna get enough with me. You don't. I won't control. I won't control. Your body else is not mine to own. Don't be afraid. Don't be a dream. It's not the worst that you want to see. Soft in the room, shadows blow. Silence is born. Silver and still my hands.
Artemis 2 is completely fake. The truth is, the moment the rocket launched, the astronauts were already back on the ground. Everything you see in the videos, floating in zero gravity, walking in space, even the shaky helmets, is just green screen effects. Look closely, and the truth is shocking. PCAP 1, the astronauts' movements are stiff and unnatural. The so-called zero gravity effect is totally staged, and sharp-eyed viewers have already spotted hidden secrets in the props and setups. PCAP 2, the iPad, doesn't float at all. Every floating moment, every zero gravity scene, is a visual illusion, completely manufactured for the camera. PCAP 3, even the splashdown footage looks like it was shot with a 1998 camcorder. Think about it. NASA can capture high-resolution images from 240,000 miles away in space, yet their return-to-Earth video looks like a decades-old recording. It makes no sense. From the moon to deep space and back to Earth, the entire mission was packaged as a spectacular human achievement. But in reality, it was just a green screen show, a carefully orchestrated performance designed to fool everyone. NASA's historic Artemis 2 mission may have never really left the ground.
You stay.